Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us. And remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Friday. It's Friday. My friend Leisure would post, fuck yeah, Friday. Wow, my hair is like really doing whatever it wants. That's what happens when I take my hoodie off. It sucks to have it sucks having curly hair. I'll just tell you that. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Yeah. ChatGPT made me change the title. They're like, that title is kind of fucked up, Dion. Because it was going to be called, is it AA or a Mutual Admiration Society? Because I'm getting a little concerned. Hey, buddy. Now, you guys usually see Sawyer in my lap. Okay, this is not the same cat. They look almost exactly alike until you see them together. And then you can see that Sawyer's a lot bigger. This was my runt. He's my favorite. And he knows it. He knows that he's my favorite. Huh, yes, you are. We're my little lovey-dovey. Yes. Now, he's weird because he's going to do this. You got to watch your nails, dude. He's going to start biting me here soon, though. I guarantee it. Here it comes. Don't do that, dude. Give me chills. He's all purring up against my neck. All right, come here. Come here. There you go. There you go. Doesn't work too well when you're up there, does it? Could you say hi? Hi. Yeah, there you go. Hey, watch. I'm a pet him. He's going to get a little crazy. All right. Pretty soon he's going to turn around, stare up at me, and start pawing at my nose. He's going to paw at my nose. All right. Let's see if he does it. See? There it is. Here comes the biting. He can't help himself. It's not a hard biting. It's a love bite. Love bites. Love breeze. Yes. I've been messing with him since he was a kid. So he's used to it. He's used to it. Now he's going to bite me. That's enough. No biting. Okay. So you probably want to hear this topic, huh? I'm just having too much fun with my kitty. Nothing, I'm avoiding it now. And it does worry me. And I'm going to show you why. Give me a second here. I'm going to kind of show you why it's kind of concerning me. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share an email. And that's why he bites. Probably because I'm a little rough. Yeah. He's always been that way. When he was a kid, he'd wait till I was sleeping. And he would crawl between the sheets and everything, get up to my nose, and he would suck on my nose. So he's a cute kitty. And he's static king my pants. He's rubbing up against them. Okay. So I got this email from AAWS, American Alcoholics Anonymous World Services is what AAWS, right? This is the general service of, right? Now, it says that the AAW's board recently recommended that monthly communication be set regarding matters related to self-support. All right. So we go to it. I had an opportunity to stand on stage 2025 International Convention. I'm not going to read this whole thing out. So, tradition where it says each of us in a small part of a great whole. While this may be each be a small part, each one is vital. All right. So he goes on to give, a great story. When I look up the word sacrifice in the dictionary, it says giving up something value for a higher calling. They're asking for money. So a sacrifice of time is not my spare change because spared time, like spare change, has little value. A sacrifice of time is time where I might prefer to be doing something else. Hmm. Every minute for the last year. So, but it goes on, right? All the money in my pocket today was earned by me in the last 27 years. A dead man would have no money in his pockets. Everything I have, I owe to Alcoholics Anonymous. When I put money in the basket, I'm civilly giving back to Alcoholics Anonymous a very small fraction. All right. Now, if I ask, what would I report the sacrifices I've been willing to make to help some alcoholics? I will never meet avoiding doomed as we once were. What would I report that I would have done to help that person to give them the opportunity to a new way of life? Okay. So in the before that says, what I know is that there are tens of millions of alcoholics who need our help. Am I willing to sacrifice a few things? Time, money, my opinion, my need to be right. You like how they throw this stuff in there. But really what they are doing is they are begging for money. And I gotta say, I'm tired of Alcoholics Anonymous sending me emails asking for money. I'm tired of it. GSO has 25 million in prudent reserve. We're fine. We don't even need that much money. All right. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. I'm going to be griping a little bit. I'm going to let you know that now. What I'm going to try to avoid is preaching. I'm going to try and stick to my own experience here. I will do my best not to make any assumptions, but I am feeling a little assumptive at the present moment. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. And I'll tell you why I'm feeling that way. All right. I'm waiting on Andrews County to answer me about this stupid frickin' detox. And the person that's supposed to answer me is not answering me. So I reached out to their boss today. I wrote a scathing email that I let ChatGPT redo so that I didn't look like a jerk. All right, try to figure out how to do this, be a little bit better about the approach, and ChatGPT's really helped me out with it. It did a much better job of writing it than I did, because you can't really point fingers and things. So I wrote them an email pretty much saying, what's going on? I've been trying to work on this for 2.5 years now. We've been going back and forth, right? Now, so I send the email, and about 30 minutes later, I get an email from somebody else that is there, but I thought they had left. I thought they had left Adams County, or I actually would have written them first. Okay. I would have. So I get an email from her, and what the email says is this. It says, whoops, let me go one more. All right. I hope you are doing well this year. Dr. Kelly and our team committed to informing you about the public meeting about Detox Center Project, and we have the first one next week. So they invited me to the meeting. Okay. It's just an open meeting in Commerce City, January 22nd. There's going to be Q&A. I've attached a postcard. Now, I did write her back saying thank you. I get along with Emma really well. She's awesome. She is. Emma's awesome. And I'll tell you why. She's on vacation and she wrote me that. Now, when she wrote me, the person that is supposed to write me was on there along with Dr. Kelly. Okay. And I was going to ask, hey, if I wouldn't have sent the email to Dr. Kelly, would I even have gotten an invite? I'm like, I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm going to ask in person January 22nd. Yes, is a question I'm going to ask face to face. Okay. Because it'll come across a lot better. Because I'll be able to lighten my tone, add some few choice words to make them feel better, things like that. So I sent her an email back. In the email, I got an automatic email back. And the automatic email was, thank you for your email. I will be out of the office till Friday, January 16th. I already got an answer to my question. Now you can see why I'm a little, and even then, oh, we're going to invite you to the same meeting. It's just, It feels like appeasement. Okay. And I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong about my thought process on this. And I may be. I might be. See, I told you I might be a little assumptive. Okay. But she had no reason to write me that email while she was on vacation. No, Dr. Kelly got a hold of her and said, "You better reach out to Dion." Why do we have to go through that in order to get what we need done? I'm getting really tired. I'm getting really, really tired of cutting through red tape just to help somebody out, man. It's getting a little ridiculous. And AA's doing it too. We're going to talk about AA now. So I have to, I'm going to put it plainly. AA scares me right now. It does. This is what I am seeing at my own central office, what I am getting from GSO, putting out the plain language big book without any vote at all, using archives. There's a now new movie out called Bill's Conscious Contact. They're making money off of that. Everybody seems to be okay with it, but nobody's standing up for the right thing because everybody thinks they're getting what they need and want. And it's not true. This is not how AA works. And I'm so happy that I started grassroots because grassroots is based off a time when AA was rocking the house. We were rocking the world. There are a few things in there that might come back, like no talking within 30 days. That's not going to happen, by the way. Actually, I think it was a good idea to get rid of that. Okay, but what is the meeting? Well, it's really based off of Dion's opinions. Let's call it what it is. It's okay. That doesn't offend me. It was based off my good or bad, right? And the meeting has changed to suit what it needed. In the beginning, it needed somebody to push it forward. It needed somebody to write the format. It needed somebody to pick the times and do all this stuff. It needed it. Okay. It doesn't need that anymore. It doesn't need one person controlling everything. Not only that, but I don't want it. I don't want it. I hear a lot of people going into AA meetings and being told what to do. Now, let's keep in mind also that we're dealing with new alcoholics who like to just point the finger at everybody and everything. But, a lot of these are legit. Telling people what kind of God to believe in. Uh-uh. You know, if we can't follow those directions, following directions in what I would consider real life, because when I'm at an AA meeting, I'm not in real life. Yeah, we're talking about hard things and stuff like that. Hey, my prescription arrived at 1 p.m. That was an hour and a half ago. Okay. Well, maybe it's still sitting out there. I hope nobody gets my Rostravatin, Ro, Rostrovatin, or my Imperidol. I know I'm saying all these wrong. Right? Oh, maybe this is just one long 10th step. Just some of the things that I hear, right? You have no right to drive anybody out of a meeting. You don't. See, the big book says we are all inclusive, never exclusive. Never, never exclusive. I'm gonna tell you now, I don't think there's very many people in this world that truly do understand recovery because there are so many places. 99% of the places are giving out bad information. That includes AA, touting things like rock bottom, functioning alcoholic. Okay. If you feel the need, okay. Now, here, this is a good example. I am a recovered alcoholic, but I don't go to meetings and say I'm Dion, I'm a recovered alcoholic. I don't say that. You're just trying to start a fight. You're trying, and it may not even be a fight. It's just what you're doing is you're saying, I am unique. So I'm going to I'm going to say something that is above you so that you will argue with it and I can correct you. Let's just be honest about it. I'm not saying I haven't done those types of things in my life. I've done that a lot. That's how I know. That's how I can spot it so easily because I got it too. See, maybe not at the present moment, but you bet. All right. This week I reached out to a place. I'm not gonna because they're doing real well. They're doing great stuff. Somebody just made a mistake. They followed there's this thing that's called the Abilene effect. Okay. And they make a decision based upon popularity. In this case, it was a clear violation of HIPAA. Clear. Okay. And so the person that had started it, they've already run out of chances. I reported them straight to the CDC. All right. Michelle says, I'm glad you've grown up. Thanks, Michelle. I'm sure a lot of people are. Right. So with that, but with this other place, they're doing great stuff. They're helping out our kids, man. It's not for me to disrupt that. Okay. People make human mistakes. And in this case, it was a human mistake. But then, it's like, well, you have somebody controlling and the main person, the director wrote me back and said there were 3 people that did it and they all took them down and we're taking this as a learning experience. I'm like, great. Because it wasn't meant to get anybody in trouble. That wasn't the point. The point was we've got to do better than this. We've got, now if I would approach them, you guys need to take that down and you're just pieces of crap and these people, I know them well enough. But what it also did is it blocked an abuser from being able to get their stuff out. That was the whole point. And it worked. They still have it up. That's fine. I want the CDC to see it. Okay. But because of that, they're going to keep a closer eye now on these other people. Right. Now, the people working there, they have servants' hearts, man. You can tell that they do. Right. And this place isn't all about recovery, it is about helping children. Okay. It's more like an alternative high school, is what it is. Okay. And they're trying to do prevention with the kids around fentanyl and it's good. This is what we need. What we don't need are the nefarious people coming in thinking they know something. Okay. That's what we don't need. But see, it worked out. And now we're going to sit down and talk to see if there's anything I can do to help them. Maybe they can help me out a little bit. I now have a program where I can take an unhoused person, a homeless person. God forbid we say homeless. God forbid we say death or dying. Unalived is just stupid. It's moronic. Okay. Come on. Some of these words need to be shocking. Toxic shock. That was a word we grew up with. How, Michelle, you remember? But don't do that. You'll get toxic shock. I'm not going to go into how you get toxic shock. Okay. That's not, I'm staying away from that. I got to laugh at some stuff here. And I'm certainly not saying that all of AA is going down the shitter. I'm not saying that because I don't know. I don't know. I found a lot of great meetings where people are all inclusive now, or all inclusive, right? Now, we got to be careful on that. All inclusive means alcoholics, sober curious, problem drinking problem, chronic alcoholic. We work with all of these. Okay. But just like the tree, I've gone through a few things in the last month, and one place that I went, it's like, well, everybody can do these steps with it. And it's like, yes, and that's cool, but it isn't going to work the way that you think it is because you're out of your lane. Right? Why I'm being taught. I was gonna. Yeah, I don't want to go that route. I don't want to go that route because I'll say something very rude, and I don't want to do that. Right? It's like a treatment center. And this is what I appreciate about West Pines. They spend a little bit of extra money. If you're an alcoholic, you go to this place. If you have a drug addiction, you go to this place. If it's mental health, you go to this place. They're not mixing and matching these people anymore. And that's good because when you lump all of these people together, they get the same care. And people are individuals. And AA is no different. It says in our big book, we are sure our way will work for others. Sure, it will. Okay. But let's say I'm working with somebody with an eating disorder. I wouldn't even know what to do. I could take them through the steps and stuff, but they got to eat. I don't have to drink to stay alive, but they need to eat to stay alive. It'd be like having an addiction to air or water, right? I wouldn't know what to do. Can't be total absence. I don't even know what they call it. And my friend in OA has told me before what they call it, but see how it's not popping in. Now I'm lost. What should I do? You know what I would actually do? I'd call Overeaters Anonymous and find out what to do because I don't know. We can't just replace the word alcohol with other stuff. It doesn't work like that. Okay. We need to understand that our lane is our lane. Our primary purpose, our one and only primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. Everything else is validation. And validation isn't necessarily a bad thing. Hey, yeah, you're like that. You're going through this. But the question is not can Dion help? The question is who would be the best person to help this person? That's the actual question in my mind. Because I understand my limitations. Let's say I'm working with somebody who spent 2 years going from trap house to trap house. I would not even be able to understand that. They might have felt a loneliness that I didn't even have. And I had a pretty big loneliness. You did too. Now we're getting to see where there are connections, right? There are connections. Now, a lot of people go to AA first because it's the grandpappy. Yeah. And just last week, because a lot of you guys, listen to Take 12 Radio, we found out that there are over 2,400 different types of A meetings. I believe what Roger says. It sounds like a lot because it is. That's a lot. Right? And this book has worked to help other people. But what about connection? What about fellowship? Now I hear people run around saying, I and if you want to do this, that is entirely up to you. And I shouldn't even make a mocking sound. I apologize. I didn't actually, of course I meant to do it. It came out of my mouth. Right. But people saying, "Oh, I don't drink anymore, so therefore I am not an alcoholic. I don't do drugs anymore, so therefore I am not a drug addict." And in a way, you are correct. In a way, you're correct. In the way that keeps you not growing. Alcohol wasn't my problem. Well, see. Now, how about the fact that I was born with this disease? You will be very hard pressed to convince me otherwise. There's just too much proof. And that may not happen to everybody. I don't know. I do not know. But I do believe that we are born with this disease. You may not even start until you are later in life. Okay. But It isn't how much you drink or how often you drank. It's what happened when you started drinking. See, in the beginning, you didn't take it. When you did your first drunk, you were not addicted to alcohol at that point. No, you were not. But you're still an alcoholic because of how you act, what you do. Okay. Not everybody can become an alcoholic. Nope. In fact, 90% of the people in the world are unable to become alcoholics. True, chronic, hopeless, helpless alcoholics. But 100% of the people are susceptible to drug addiction. 100%. That makes it in my mind, that makes it even more dangerous. Alcohol is the number one killer. Yeah. Fentanyl ain't got nothing on alcohol. It's going to have to stick around a little bit to catch up to the numbers where it wants. And let's just get rid of that. Oh my God, what a horrible thing. All right. But I'm hearing a lot of the same stuff that people are going into AA meetings. They're being told how to act. They're being told what to believe in. They're being told, well, if you are on depression meds, then you are not sober. All of these things are unthinking and they are incorrect. See, and it's because we mix and match these words. Sobriety and recovery are two different words. They are two different things. And, dry January is probably the worst thing in the world. If you want to be dry for January, you're going to be ready for February. And now you're fucked. Because you tried sobriety and you found it wanting. Right? Because you didn't try recovery. You moved the tombstones, but you didn't move the bodies. Let's talk about that. Poltergeist, the movie Poltergeist. They're here. Michelle says alcohol will bring a slow. I'm presuming the next word was death. Yes. So, let me know if it was. So, did you ever see the movie Poltergeist? Right, brand new fan. This is a movie back in I believe it came out in like 80. I don't remember, 80 something. My previous sponsor wanted me to wean off my sleep med. No way. No. You know who does that? Doctors. Doctors is who gets to do that. I'm not a doctor, and I don't know better than doctors. I don't. Right. So Poltergeist, this new family moves. They're the first people to move into this brand new neighborhood, and this guy is a real estate agent, is what he is. Actually, I wasn't sure if he's in the, but anyway, he was like their top real estate agent, so they gave him his house first. And he even knew that this house was built on an old cemetery. At one point, they go up the hill to the new cemetery, which is posh. It's a nice cemetery, got a nice grate, all these things, looks great. And he's like, look down here, see all this? This is where your new home could be, and all this other stuff. So things start to happen, right? A poltergeist moves in, okay? And so the movie Poltergeist, that's not really a poltergeist. The poltergeist is created out of bad juju. It's created out of a bad attitude over a period of time. That's a poltergeist. All right. So they keep trying to get rid of this poltergeist with tennis balls. They even had this short lady, freaky sounding lady come in, right? And at the end, it's like raining. And the mom gets caught in the swimming pool that's being built. It's still dirt, now mud at this present moment, right? And all these bodies start popping up. And at the end, the guy that plays the husband is shaking his boss and he's screaming at him. He said, you moved the tombstones, but you didn't move the bodies. There we are. Sobriety and recovery. You got to move the bodies. Got to do it. It's going to take work. Sobriety requires nothing. Okay. So what is sobriety? Okay. Let's just look at okay. That way you're not thinking I'm making this up. All right. Definition of sobriety. The state of not being drunk or affected by alcohol. That's sobriety. The state of not being drunk. That is sobriety. But we love to take these words and make them more than they need to be, therefore, no longer simple. Okay. If you have an alcohol problem, you are sober. If you have a drug problem, it is clean. Those are the appropriate words for it. If you have decided to quit drinking, you are sober. And good job, by the way, because alcohol is no good for you in any form. Even if you are not an alcoholic, maybe you have a little drinking problem, maybe it's a little out of control. Quit, man. Quit. Your life will be better in a matter of weeks. You will feel better. Okay. And that, Michelle, that really bothers me because then they told you to wean off of it. They understand levels of milligrams and all these other things for all these drugs. I mean, do you know how long you have to go to school just to fill prescriptions? A long time, like 6 fucking years. All right. All right. Let's see. Sobriety. Try recovery. Okay. And stop telling people what to do. You don't get to do that. I don't even do that with my sponsees. Nope. Do I agree with everything my sponsees do? I don't know. Actually, been a while since. Actually, I do. All my sponsees are doing really good right now. So, well, at least, well, there's one who's avoiding the 4th step. So, but that's not unusual, is it? That's not unusual. It's not it's not like that's different or, yeah, because it's not, right? Mostly quit asking for fucking money. We do whatever we need to in order to meet. If that means that you need to go meet in the park, do it. Most churches will let you hold AA meetings for free. That's even better, isn't it? Because then you get to take the 7th tradition and help more people. Yeah. Okay. And GSO's job, the job of the central office manager, their number one job is to create more 12th step work. But they spend all of their time begging for money. I got the last drop came just the other day. I think it was yesterday. Same thing. Where is it? I got a lot of emails today. Yeah, there it is. Last drop. All right. All right. So I am going to show you something. Check this out. Oh, that's an invite guest. And share my screen here. I'm sure you just love it when I share my screen, huh? All right. A really cool story. I appreciate this story by Bruce. That was a really good story. Step 2 came to believe that a power greater than ourselves can restore us to sanity. Why are they covering step 2? Because it's the second month. Second month is coming up. It's the middle of January. I would have waited another 2 weeks before I set this out, but I am not the office manager, so I don't make those decisions. Tradition 2. For our group purpose, there is one ultimate authority, a loving God as he may express himself in our group conscious. Our leaders are but trusted servants. They do not govern. So see, I'm a leader outside of AA, but in AA, I am a trusted servant. Okay, now, tradition 2 checklist. Do I criticize or do I trust and support my group officers? AA committees, office workers, newcomers, old timers. Well, let's see. I'm here criticizing the office workers right now. So, no, I do not trust. I'm going to have to tell you right now, but that's not what I'm getting to. Am I absolutely trustworthy, even in secret, with AA's 12 step jobs or other AA responsibilities? There are no 12 step jobs. What are you talking about? But the answer is yes, I'm absolutely trustworthy. If I say I'm going to do something, I do for it. Do I look for credit in my AA jobs? Praise my AA ideas? Not in the meetings, but I do love being the center of attention. So sometimes I bring it here, but I try and be very careful about bragging. Do I often feel the need to save face in group discussions? 5, although I've been sober for years, am I still willing to serve my turn in AA chores? Absolutely. 6, do I complain about the decision my groups make, even though I do not attend the business meetings? These are, I, I do not wear. I mean, number 6 feels more like a slap in the face to a resentment. Honestly. All right. So it goes on. Concept 2. All right. But here, look at the very end. Is our group meeting its wider seventh tradition responsibilities? What other email said that? The GSO one. They're asking them to do it. Okay. At the present moment, I'm not giving any money to AA. No. And the group, if the group comes, and I'm not going to bring that up in my group conscious either. Michelle, make sure I don't do that in group conscious because you know how I get sometimes. I forget. All right. Hi, Amber. Good to see you. About freaking time. I'm surprised I'm still alive, actually. Yeah. But the thing is, if the group decides that they want to, and somebody got kind of mad at me at this, and that's why I'm rethinking it. But the truth of the matter is, if they are, if if the central office is not utilizing our group money to create more 12 step work, then I think our group should take that money and go create more 12 step work. That's how I feel about it. But I have to bring up the problem over there first, don't I? What I see. But I think everybody already kind of knows. So, but yeah, I don't think that belongs in, because then that might sway the vote. And what would that'd be the Abilene effect that we're voting towards a popularity, but what does the group want to do? But I kind of think that when it comes to my money, I really want to know what's going on with it. I really do. Because I don't have much money. So I give a lot of time. I give a lot of my time because I don't really have money put in the basket. I don't think I've Venmoed anything to our group, but I put cash in since I'm the account, I just put cash. I just transfer money. So I do a little bit, but all right. So, but I don't want to say that we need to go back to old time AA. The world is different now. It's a little different. But there are some concepts that should never be changed. All right. Like if somebody decides that this lighter right here is their higher power, then let them have it. Let them have it. Okay. Now, we are not doctors. We are not drug and alcohol counselors. I actually am a drug and alcohol counselor. I am not my certificate is not up to date, but I am a drug and alcohol counselor. I have been since I was 20 years old. I still but not in AA meetings, not with sponsoring. Well, actually I do use a little bit of my skills, my counseling skills. Okay. But I'm the kind of person where, because it comes with goal setting and you know, here's one thing and that I teach a lot and I say it a lot and other people around me say it a lot. Delayed gratification. It is a skill you need to learn in the very beginning. Or you're going to have a hard dry January, all right? All right. So AA meetings are not for, unless it's an open meeting, but an open meeting, if you're not alcoholic, you're not supposed to be sharing. If you are not alcoholic, you are not supposed to be putting in the basket. Open meetings are so that the general public can find out what AA is about. Otherwise, most meetings are supposed to be closed. Okay. Um, Amber, you remember when we were starting the group at Henderson, and I'm like, we need to come up with a name that starts with A or B so that we could be at the top when people go to look for meetings. That was a bad suggestion. That was a wrong thing for me to say. Yeah. See, basing it off of how many people we can get. But the reason I came up with it was because I couldn't get anybody to the meeting. So I was trying to figure out a new way, but that was one thing that came up. We didn't do it. Are we going to be triple AAA? Alcoholics. All right. Are we going to be 62 rule? Or just be the number one? One. All right. When we're looking for new ways to, where's our trust in God? Gotta have that trust in God, man. All right. It's not, the grassroots has never really, we've never promoted. We are listed. People know. It's about it. But it's not like I've gone out with flyers or anything like that because it's going to grow the way it is supposed to grow. Yeah. Yes, Amber, I do remember. But they didn't do that until later. At that time, they were not doing that. Maybe it was about the same time. I don't know. But I do remember having that conversation with you. And I trust your memory more than I trust mine. She says, and remember, I remind you the list is randomly generated on the Everything AA app too, which I think it was a smart idea. Thank you, Everything AA, for busting us in our stupidity and saying, nope, you ain't getting away with that. Thank you, Everything AA app. Let's give it a plug. Everything AA app. It's a great app. It really is. I would say out of all the apps that I've seen, recovery apps, I like that one the best. First of all, it's extremely non-evasive. It is. They're not asking you to join their group, send them money, any of that. No. First thing, you put your sobriety date in there. Yeah, and it'll help you keep track because sometimes in the beginning you might forget. Maybe it could be one of anything, right? I have. Oh, that's kind of cool. I have 9 years and 9 months today. So, um, you can read today's daily reflection. You can read the 12 by 12, the big book, Living Sober. You can listen to the big book, 12 by 12. They have all the literature and pamphlets on there. The online meeting finder, right? This is a little bit newer. Nightly review gratitude list. All right. There we go. You have made a total of 0 entries. I guess I'm just not very grateful. I am. It's more gratitude than grateful though. So, all right. I should wrap this one up. I think my grandkids might be on their way. I don't know. We didn't set a time. So, running sound at church this Sunday, Bronco game tomorrow, 2 birthday parties, a couple of AA meetings. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. And I didn't even bitch much. Okay. Yeah, let's go with much. All right. My sober date is 4/16/16. Michelle was asking. So, all right. Yeah, 4/16/16. Love you. You know I do. Peace out. And